Thanks for joining us again. It's the Truth and Sports Podcast. You know, it's your boy, the B-Ball Prophet. Man, we got a special edition tonight. All right, this is the long awaited. We've been waiting to get this one going for quite some time. So I'm definitely honored to be here in the state of Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, with my main man, Charles T-Man Hickman. All right, this is a special podcast where I'm letting my man, he's got a lot to talk about. He's been quiet for years. And you know, this is one of my best friends in the whole world, man. So it really means a lot to me to be able to be here and provide him this platform and opportunity to tell his story. You know, he one of the last real ones around. And he's got a story that he's been keeping quiet for quite some time. But he's gonna touch on a lot of things today. We're gonna talk on basketball, his playing career, his coaching career, controversies that came along the way. We're gonna talk about some real life stuff that Holland that everybody needs to hear about. Stuff that brothers, a lot of brothers probably don't went through themselves. It's Truth and Sports Podcast, so we just trying to give out some truth, and hopefully somebody can be inspired, motivated, learn something, and ultimately would be blessed by just hearing some real stuff, man. Because we know we live in a world where real stuff is pushed down. The algorithms is not promoting it. You know what I'm saying? But we can continue to stand on the real stuff. You're gonna hear some stuff if you probably not gonna like too. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what side or right or wrong you on. So, but it's gonna be all real, and food for thought. You do the dishes. So man, we're gonna jump right on in, man. I'm gonna let my man introduce himself, tell him a little bit about himself, and then we're gonna get right into the questions.
How y'all doing, man? Appreciate you having me on, man. It's actually my very first ever podcast I've never been on, stuff like that. I'm Charles Hickman. Most people who know me, I go by T-Man. I'm a assistant high school basketball coach. I've coached at all levels, trained at all levels. And I'm a father, I'm a dad first, or God-fearing man first, then I'm the dad. Take care of my kids, family man, and just a person who just always tries to be real and upfront with you, and I'm trying to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Whether you like it, hear it or not.
That's for sure, for sure. So I want you to jump in, man, and I want you to talk about how you got started in the game of basketball, your career playing in high school in Louisville, some of the guys that the viewers may know, some names that you played against, played with. Just want to hear about you as a hooper.
Man, I started, man, back in the East End, man. My pops got me started, man. So shout out to him, R.I.P. to him. But he got me started, man, on a 7-foot goal when I was like 5, 6 years old. You know what I mean? And back then we didn't have AAU when I was growing up. Right. So it was the YMCA leagues and parks and recreations, and I used to be on the side of the house playing, shooting on the rim by myself, hours and hours. That's how I started. And then from there, man, they used to just take me to the parks up East End, Shelby Park. Just different types of parks, you know what I mean? And man, we would just get it in, you know what I mean? They'd put me out there with the older cats and stuff like that, let me get up and down. I used to play with my pops, my uncle, rest in peace to him as well, my Uncle Chucky. They'd put me out there with them. My brothers, I had 2 older brothers. So that's kind of how I got started, and I just fell in love with the game.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So where'd you end up playing high school at? I know you were at 2 different high schools. Just tell me a little bit about your high school career.
Okay, so I started. So when I was coming out of middle school, so I went to a school called Newburgh Middle School. I played with a guy named, and everybody knows him well. He was real nice. He was one of my best friends to this day. He's my teammate for years. Petey Brown, it's me, him, a guy named Quante Gibson, who ended up actually playing D1 football and stuff like that. But we started out, so we was really good in the 8th grade, my 8th grade year. And we ended up losing in the championship to some notable names like Mike. I think they had Mike Bush, Johnny Mathis, guys like that. We ended up losing to them by 1, but we was getting looked at by all these schools. So I ended up, we couldn't afford the private schools. A lot of them, if you wasn't at the height, who they wanted, the politics of it, then, you know, they wasn't finding funding for you. So
right.
I wound up starting out at J-Town High School. They wanted me bad. They had J-Town, they had like Dwayne Lightfoot, DeMar King, DeMar Smith, guys like that. DeMar Smith was my class. And I ended up starting out over there with them guys, man. It didn't work out within the school system, man. I just didn't like how that school operated at the time with the administrative and all that stuff. So I left there, went to Seneca. I got into it I had a gym class and I started dunking my freshman year. So, you know, when you first start dunking, you hype, and I kept dunking and I hung on the rim once, and the head coach came out and he started getting in my face, screaming, yeah, this is before the season even started. So he started screaming and yelling at me and stuff like that. And it's like spit coming out his mouth, getting in my face. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I went off. Everybody knows me, man. Knows I don't care who you are. I don't play stuff like that. So I wound up at Moore, which is I probably should have went to it first anyway, because I used to play like 3-on-3s with Coach Flem. He used to come pick us up and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I probably should have went there first anyway. So that's how I wound up at Moore, and that's where everything started.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your time at Moore.
Man, it's the good and the bad at Moore for me, because you come in. So when I come in, I got guys like my boy Chuck Swinton, which is no big deal. That's my guy. Like I looked up to Chuck, even though I was a year older, but his skill set was ahead of his time. So I had guys like Chuck, you know, Petey was over there. This is just my freshman year. I mean, I went through 3 years with Chuck, 4 years with Petey.
Yeah.
I had a guy named Norton Edmonds. He was a senior, but you know, we had a real nice squad. So, you know, I didn't play a lot of varsity freshman year. You know what I mean? I didn't even get on varsity till probably Christmas break.
Okay.
Worked my way in, you know, not really in rotation, but took on the defense assignments of top players like Justin Cornells and guys like that. That year, anyways, like Justin Cornells, somebody else. Forgot Chris Shoemate over at Mel was another one. And that's kind of what happened there. Then I worked my way into the lineup sophomore year. Went into that summer. I was actually me, Chuck, and Carlos, and all these. Carlos hurt.
Yep.
All these guys was on the phone one day, and they was talking about my summer going into my junior year. I was giving people 30, 40. I think even Ray Trout knew about it. Yeah, Ray Trout knew it. Ray Trout was on the phone with us. Everybody know Ray Teasy, Sean Brown, and them guys. And I was getting 34. I was ready. I was ready that next year. Then we got Carlos. I'm not, you know, that's my dog. Don't get it twisted. That's my brother. Like I talk to him on a consistent basis, but it kind of changed things a little bit. And I had to change my game to figure out how am I going to get on the court, get minutes. I mean, when you bring in a McDonald All-American like that, and I'm telling you, this dude was nice, nice. Chuck, nice. Petey, nice. We had a dude named Josh Mefford, nice. You got all these guards. So I had to figure out, well, where can I find my minutes? Don't get it wrong. I can hoop. I can hoop. But I'm realistic too. I wasn't better than Petey. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I give you problems. Don't get it wrong. But I wasn't better than him. I wasn't better than Chuck, and I wasn't better than Lowe. So I had to figure out, how can I get minutes? And that's how I turned into this real defensive guy. Let me go get some rebounds, assists, just to play my role.
Yeah, be a connector. Be a connector.
Yeah, and that's why you get some of them guys in the league that you see like, people like, he's trash, but it's like, he's playing a role. That's why he's still in the league. Right. And that same dude, the people call him trash, he'll give you 50. Right. You know what I mean? So
you come to the open rec, NBA players gonna work your ass.
Yeah, so we had a real nice year that year. We got a lot of recognition. We ended up finishing, we lost in the region though, but we ended up finishing like top, I think it was like 6th or 7th in the state. Senior year wasn't great because our coach, something happened with our coach, and we had this dude claimed he was coached at Bellarmine, and he was ass. Don Evans, you are trash. Yes, you are trash as a coach. Don't think I will never forgive you.
Shout out to Don Evans.
Man, he was trash. I mean, Awful.
Oh man.
He ruined our senior year. About 3 or 4 of us quit.
Man.
You know what I mean? How do you take somebody who's worked all them years? I get it. We had some foreign exchange student. We had a nice squad my senior year. I'm in games. I'm giving 15, 16. That was a game. We was in Owensboro tournament. I made all tournament team. Had a game I think I can't remember what team it was, but I gave him like 36, hit like 8 trays, just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy Petey had broke his wrist, and so me and my dog Matt Norris, we call him Doty. We pretty much took over the scoring, and then shout out to Project Pat over at Moore doing a good job. But he started getting more minutes, and he was helping. So we was still holding the fort down. You know, I gave St. X like 15 in the fourth. I can't remember if we won or not, but we started hooping. That's the game. Like I said, we was hooping. Petey broke his wrist. And then, I don't know, once he got back, I was playing, and then he started not really playing me. So I don't know why. I don't know, but shout out to Don Evans. You bummed. You bummed. Forever be a bum to me.
Man.
I don't care what nobody say. You are trash.
Wherever Don is, somebody find Don Evans,
trash.
Man, and make sure y'all send him his clips.
You are trash.
Shout out to Don Evans. We'll pray for you, man, but I don't know, brother.
You still trash.
I don't know. Where he coach at now? Anybody know?
Nobody know where he's at.
He's disappeared.
He's a bum.
Just fell off the map.
Yeah, because he's a terrible coach.
That's bad to be a terrible coach in Louisville. Because this is a city with a lot of bad coaches. So to be a bad coach in Louisville, you had to be like bad,
He was bad, man. He was only there that year though, because stuff happened with the other coach. It was all he got political. Yeah, he got set up. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Coach Miller though. He bounced back. They said it. It's just all political stuff, man. But shout out to him over there doing a good job at Evangel and stuff like that, though. I always rock with Coach Miller. But you know, the one thing I will say that back then that messed me up and a few of us up. It wasn't just me, but just me speaking. They could speak their piece whenever on their own time. I ain't gonna speak for anybody else, but I was playing out of position. You know, I'm 6'2.5". I've played guard my whole life. You know, I ain't had no Vince Carter hops, but I could jump, I could shoot, you know what I'm saying? I can get to my spots or whatever, you know, and you stick me at power forward just because I was strong. And that's the other thing I know you want to touch on, but I'll just say it right now. That's a lot of the problems here, especially in the city.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I could jump a little bit and I was strong. You want to put me down there because I could bang with the big guys, but I wasn't a big guy though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not just me. I see it now. It's bad. And it's the development process, but I know you'll get to that. But yeah, that's pretty much the Moore career, man. And, you know, that's just what happened. But I don't regret it because I just feel like everything happened for a reason, man. And it got me to where I'm at now, coaching over. Shout out to the sales, man. It got me over there coaching. So I know you're going to touch on that too, but definitely shout out to them for giving me the opportunity to come over there.
For sure. So tell me, I know, you know, you played in the era where there was, you know, some notable names. You know, it was a highly competitive, you know, era of Louisville basketball. So you want to touch on some of those players that you had the chance to play. You talked about guys that you played with,
right?
Or maybe some of the guys that you played against.
I didn't get to play. So one of the most notable ones I'm going to sit and tell you is Alonzo Evans. I mean, Zoe was a stone cold. He could do everything. I mean, he could do it all. But I didn't get to see. I was a freshman when Zoe was a senior. So when he played at Western High School. So, and actually retired his number. He's cold. Zoe was nice, real nice. So what happened was when we played them, I wasn't on varsity yet.
Okay.
So I didn't get that was my freshman year. So I didn't get to varsity till right after Christmas.
Okay.
So we played them right before Christmas. Man, look, speaking of that, and I'll tell you some more. I found this story out from one of my teammates. They said, man, I think it might have been Coach Flynn. They said that, man, I think we was winning at halftime. I'm pretty certain we was beating them at halftime. Zoe don't show up till halftime. He don't get to the game till halftime. Give us damn near 30
in the second,
and they won the game. 8-minute quarters.
Where was he at?
I don't know. They said he showed up in the second half.
He just showed up. Who knows?
I didn't
Coach.
I didn't get to see it. Now I played against Zoe in rec leagues, and I know I've seen him hoop. You know what I mean? I've seen him hoop in high school. It was just I didn't get to play against Zoe. Zoe's a little bit older, but I played it, seen him in rec leagues and stuff, and he was still nice then. You know what I mean? He's probably still nice to this day. Not the same guy, but I'm sure Zoe can still get out there and get some buckets, though, man. Yeah, Zoe was real nice. I got the guard Larry O'Bannon in high school a couple times. OB was a year ahead of me.
That's a big boy.
Strong. OB was strong, man. But he was smart. Like you couldn't speed him up. He get you in the mid. See, he developed that tray ball. Like he got real good at the tray ball once he hit you a bell.
Right.
Now high school, he didn't shoot a lot. He would shoot them, but he didn't shoot a lot of them. OB was just strong. He get you, face you up. You just couldn't speed him up, man. Yeah. OB was a nice one. Johnny Mathis, he was a point guard over there at Mel. Yeah. He was quick. He went to I don't want to say I think it was Creighton. Yeah. Yeah, Johnny Mathis. Adam Childs was another one that was real nice. LeVar Carter over at Mel. David Bryan from Ballard was nice. Sean Booker was nice. I don't play against some dogs, man. Mike Bush. I'm leaving a lot, man. Round then, it was a lot of us that was killers out there, man. And I know I'm missing some names. Jesse Lindsay from Wagner, Reggie Johnson from Wagner. Jesse had bounce. His son is actually at St. X right now. So Josh Lindsay, that's his son. He's a freshman. I think he's like ranked top 2-3 guards in the state. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, I could go on and on, bro. It's a lot of names. I know I'm missing a bunch. We'd be here all day, bro. But I'll tell you, one of the coldest though was Josh Carrier. Okay. People know about him with the UK. I had to guard that dude. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. He was busting my ass. He was busting my ass, boy. I'm telling you, he was busting all our ass. He coming like across half court, just it'd be like there wasn't nothing you could do with it. It'd be like man, Josh Carrier was cold. Yeah. I guess I can go to some of the counties, but man, it's okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nah, man, it sounds like there was some killers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm missing some names. Rajon Rondo, Dominique Tilford, like I said, my bad, y'all, but there's just so many of y'all to name, man. You know what I mean? Everybody know Rondo. Yeah, but I got to play against Rondo though. So yeah, we got to play him before he left. I think he left his what year I played against Rondo? I want to say probably his sophomore year. No, yeah. Okay. Freshman or sophomore year. Yeah. Sophomore year. Who do you feel like is the best player to come out of Louisville in the last 25 years, he said? So you're saying we want to say 2000? Where we at to the 2000? So let's go 2000. Damn, that's a hard one, man. The best? Are we just talking accolades and where they got to in their career, or just overall, just skill set? Like, are we combining it? Yeah, because that's a hard. I think overall. That's awesome. Well, if you can give me five then. That finished up here because Rondo actually left the city. You can just say they didn't have to finish. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna say Rondo. All right. O'Bannon, man. Larry O'Bannon was another one. All right. Adam Childs, bro. All right. He went to UK. Yeah, Childs is real nice. I remember when he played. I would put Los, but Los only played 1 year. So do we consider that? You know what I'm saying? But that's just. But you got to remember too, though. I can only think of the times I was here because I did move away. Remember, I left her in 2016, so I don't really know a lot about who was really good from 20. I'm sorry. I came back in mid 2016. I left in 2010, so I don't really know a lot of. I've heard names of guys, but I don't really know because I wasn't here. Gotcha. So I can only go with when I was here. You know what I'm saying? So Rondo. O'Bannon, Childs, Bender was killing. Can't even lie. He was cooking. Man, I gotta go with my brother, man, and more, man. Chuck, man. People don't know how cold Chuck really was, bro. Skill set wise, all that. And Petey's like, they like, it's no order. It's just like I can flop Petey in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I can do all that. Chuck, man, I'm telling you, man, he was, yeah, bro. People don't understand how good he really was, man.
Okay.
He don't get the credit that he deserves for real.
And you said his son one of the best, what? We said best eighth graders or freshmen in the area?
He's eighth grade, no doubt. He just dropped 40. I think I want to say 40. I don't want to shortchange it, but I want to say it was 40 in the high school game just recently.
That's crazy.
As an eighth grader.
That's crazy.
He's good, man. He's gonna be, I know talent, man, and he's got a lot of potential, man. Once he's starting to hit a little growth spurts. Once he really hit it, because his dad is like 6'4". His grandfather, God rest his soul, Mr. Sweeney, Mr. Sweeney was about 6'3", 6. So they got some height in the family. Mom's got some decent height.
Yeah.
You know, he's come from a basketball background. His uncle's Ellis Miles. You know, everybody know he Miles 6'8".
Yeah.
His mom's is tall. His CJ's mama has some decent height. So I mean, he just got to hit that spurt. He gonna get there. He gonna get there, man.
That's what's up. So what would you, so, you know, obviously well, actually let's talk a little bit about your post-playing career, in terms of coaching. And I kind of know that you had the minor league team, both in Ohio and here in Louisville for many years. So let's talk a little bit about that, how that got started, you know, and how it progressed.
So I started out was in Ohio. I was up in Dayton. So when I first got there, I would say I was about 26.
All right.
So when I got there, I was about 20, 25, 26. I was something like that. So first I was just working, stuff like that. And then I got into coaching my daughter. She was in third grade at the time. So I got into coaching her with my boy Dustin. And I was helping him out, and then he stepped away and moved on. I want to say to the school or something. So I took over the little program, had him for 2 years, fourth and fifth grade. But at the same time, I was still trying to play. And so I'm coaching, and then I went and tried out for the Air Strikers at the time, and I did all right. I'm not gonna sit here and BS you like I went in there and killed the trial and nothing like that. But you know, it was. At that time, I think I was about 28, 29. So, you know, I'm competing, you know, ain't really played, for, you know, ball up and down like I used to, you know, not as much as I used to. I might get out there for fun. So, you know, a lot of younger guys, man. And I mean, I held my own, but hey, I get it. You know, it's a business, man. Do you want this 29-year-old, or can I get this 22-year-old who's the same size as you and play point guard? Because in the era I came up in, my size, you can get away with playing it too.
Right.
And then started transitioning once I left high school to where you getting the I don't know if you remember the Darius Washington started coming in. It was like 6'3", 6'4" points, and that's what I was dealing with, because I was an in-betweener, you know. So I dealt with that. But yeah, so then, you know, I decided, I said, you know what? His name's Anthony Bird. He called me. He said, "Man, why don't you just come on and be a coach? You know, have you thought about coaching?" So I was like, "Really?" So I came up under Coach Mack.
Okay.
Coach Mack, Chris Mack. He played at the Celtics. He was overseas and everything. So I was under Mack, but Mack had some stuff going on that's in his personal, you know, what people deal with life. And then I ended up getting thrown to the fire to be a head coach, and I had never been one a day in my life. Oh man, it was crazy, because I had been training too, so that's what I knew. That's where I started. I used to just train and then coach my daughter's team and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just got thrown to the wolves, and I was nervous and scared at first, man. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But then one of my he's like my little brother now. His name's Devon Taylor, and he just kept encouraging me to stay with it, because I was gonna give up on it. And I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. And it just took off from there. Then I took my own team. He kind of put the Air Strikers on break, and then some of the players started calling me, "Man, we're trying to play." So that's how the Ohio Flash that came about.
Ohio Flash.
I got with Will Richards and stuff, and he had helped me get started with the jerseys and all that, and kind of helped me get through the business side of it, because he had been doing it with the Diesel. when the diesel was going, and he was doing a heck of a job. So, and he helped me out big time, and it just kind of took off. And then I ended up also running a team, but I was also became a president of the NBL too at the time. Yeah, it was called the Midwest Basketball League at the time, man. And we had it jumping, man, and just a lot went on from there. But that's kind of how that post career came, man. And then I just knew it was something, I'm like, man, people keep asking me to do this and do that. It just, it was encouraging, man. It was just kept motivating me, and I just stuck with it.
Right.
So.
Right. Man, that's what's up, man.
But,
so go ahead.
Oh, you was asking me about like far as the Kentucky Flash too?
Yeah, we're gonna get
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So with I just took the team and brought it down here because I had there's some personal things going on in my life, man, and that I just where it forced me, and I don't want to go into that detailed part of my life. Who knows? The people who's close to me know, but it brought me back to Louisville, and that's when I got the team here. But it wasn't like it was in Ohio, man. It wasn't. Not saying I didn't have any talent. I had some great guys because some of them guys follow me, man. And it just became a headache here dealing with it. It was hard to deal with, and I got tired of it. And I gave that part up and said, man, I'll just go try to get a job at a school, a college or something. So
let me ask you, what are some of the challenges of owning or coaching a minor league pro team that you experienced?
Some of the, I'll say this, is getting them all to show up to games. Here, when I was here, I didn't have that problem in Ohio, but when I was here, you'd have guys that would rather go play in the dirt bowl than go play in the minor league game.
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with the dirt bowl doing that. So then, you can't get the support because people in this city, they see you trying to do something well, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people will. They won't hate on you, man. They don't love you. They don't want to support you. They don't want, always, let me in for free, or they just don't show up.
Right.
You got your players. I'm gonna go play in the dirt bowl. I'm gonna go play in this men's league over here at Mid-America instead of coming to the game. Couldn't even have practices for real because guys, I'm paying money for gym times, and you're getting 3 or 4 people. So it's like they don't understand this money's coming out of my pocket. Right. I'm not rich.
Right. I
work for a living.
Right.
And I got 3 kids to raise. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like that became overwhelming. Yeah. That was definitely, that was just, I knew I was going to be done. I tell you what made me really decide I was really going to be done is we had a game. We was in the playoffs. We was in the MSBA at the time. We running through teams, man. I had a good squad. I think we may have only lost 2 games.
2 games.
I think we went like 12-2, 13-2, something like that.
Okay.
And we playing down in Nashville. They hosting the playoffs because the gyms here you couldn't get the availability.
Couldn't get into them, yeah.
I really couldn't get them. At least not in a gym that was good enough.
Right.
And I rolled down there and I had to call 2 people. I had to call one of my buddies who happened to live in Nashville at the time, and he had to bring somebody to come play. We had 6 guys.
Damn.
And I had to play.
Damn.
And my other assistant coach had to play.
Damn.
And we still almost beat him in overtime. You see what I'm saying? That's how good my team was.
Right.
So after that, I knew. And these guys like, well, when we going to show up? For what? It's 2.5, 3 hours away.
Right.
We ain't go. We playing the same day.
Right.
But they was at the dirt bowl playing. Which I ain't knocking nobody. That's the big thing here. So I ain't judging nobody. I love the dirt bowl. I rocks with the dirt bowl, man. I ain't got nothing negative to say, but
it seems like out in here in Louisville that folks don't really understand from a basketball perspective the opportunities that are there, and then I feel like the opportunities that are there are far and few between. Like what do I think there's a lot of talk about Louisville basketball from the grassroots all the way up to the pro level. What's your thoughts on
this? This is a hater's market.
Haters market.
Louisville's a hater's market.
Y'all heard it first here. A haters market.
It's a hater's market.
Pour something for that.
I mean, I'll say it again. It's a hater's market.
Toast to the haters.
So when you look at it, look at the guys right now. I don't know a lot of them, but has left and became successful. I'm not saying nobody, and when I say successful, I mean really get to the level they want to get to.
Right.
There is guys that goes to small colleges. There's guys that does all, you know what I'm saying? Get the JUCOs. That doesn't mean you're not successful, because actually being successful, you go to school for free, get the college degree and all that. But sometimes the way these parents, these coaches and stuff, they're hyping these kids up like, oh, he's going to be D1, he's going to be this and be that. Well, the kids that actually became that is the kids who left here. Like the D'Angelo Russells, Scrubs, Jay Scrubs, is that Jay, what is his name? Jay Scrub?
Jay Scrub, yeah.
Jay Scrub was another one from her, D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
You got the kid Magwood.
Yeah.
He just signed with, I think, Auburn.
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah.
Got the heck up out of here.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's what they do to get to those levels.
Right.
And I don't want nobody to think that I'm saying that if you misconstrue what I say, fuck you. But what I'm saying is, yeah, you get your kids to small schools, and hey, if that's what you're aiming for, that's cool. Love it. I embrace it. But the ones who's had big names and they stayed, it's a struggle for some.
Yeah.
But we got other guys, I can't think of all their names, that got to play overseas and stuff. A lot of times these guys left. Not everybody, but a lot of times they left. All right, the guys who went to the league from here left Kentucky.
Right. Yeah.
Outside of, I think, DA. I think DA finished out here. If I'm not mistaken, I think DA
from Dawes.
Yeah, I think he did. So he's a rare case though.
Yeah.
Your Scott Padgett, I think he was at Trinity, but that's so long ago though. We're talking now, like, how many you really think of that's in the league that finished from here?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably
Jake Anderson was probably the last one, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
even Ray John left.
Yeah.
He left that last year. So, there's something there that people need to start looking at. And it starts with these parents. It's the truth. My kids play football. I don't get in their way, man. I make sure my kids got all the access to the training they need. They're not going to go down the street and train with Joe Blow for $10, man. I'm going to go find top tiers like the Justin Greens. I see what he's doing out here. Like, I'm gonna send my kids to somebody like that. Yeah, it's gonna cost me more money, but that quality of training is gonna give me more quality results of what my kids is gonna be in football. Are they there right now yet? No, they're 11 and 12 years old. So yeah.
You always get what you pay for. I don't know. That's something these parents gotta understand. It may make your pocket feel a little bit better to go see Joe Blow for that 10-piece. But your kid's not gonna, get that level of, increase in performance. Because you want to have a return on investment, right?
For sure.
And it's unfortunate that in the city now, Louisville's not like a big city, but it's big enough. And I think there's enough talent here. It's unfortunate they don't have the infrastructure in place.
It's a big little city, is what I used to always call it. You know what I mean? But go ahead. Yep, you're right.
They ain't got the infrastructure, man. But so tell me, in terms of guys that played for your teams, talk about who you feel was maybe like the 3 best guys that played on your minor league teams.
You want me to do Kentucky and an Ohio? Because I can't do because I had some dogs on the Ohio team.
Then let's go 5 out of each. 5 total.
So here from the Kentucky Flash, C3.
Oh yeah, shout out to my guy.
C3. I'm
best
talking
guard in the city of Louisville.
I'm gonna give you a story quick, and before I finish the others with C3. And I talk to C3 to this day, man. I need to tap in with bro here soon. We was up in Dayton playing, and I hadn't beat the Air Strikers yet, man. I couldn't beat them. And C3 I think I had beat him maybe once or something. No, I don't think I had beat him at that time. So C3. Man, he said, he looked at me, he said, I'm going to make sure we win this game. He said, I got you, but make sure you get this first win. Hey, man, I could be, I may be like shortchanging him. I know Seed had like 40 something. It was like 28 in the fourth or something like that, bro.
I believe it.
It was like 28. Man, I didn't even have to coach. I ain't gonna lie. I just had to stand there and let him go to work.
Let him go to work.
There wasn't no plays. I said, he's just cooking. Look, C3, just go ahead and cook.
Just do.
C3 though, for sure. What's my guy, man? I didn't get him too long. Why am I having C3's home? I'm having a brain fart. Tyrell Mings.
Oh yeah, Tyrell
was nice.
Yeah, he's nice.
Tyrell was nice. Tyrell was one of them. He was two. Melvin.
Yeah,
People,
okay.
Melvin.
That one was tough.
Melvin Little.
Uh-huh.
Montreal Little.
Yeah. Shout out to both of them.
Man, I mean, first time I seen Trail, it was crazy what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Definitely both.
Low key, this is a guy. Well, he didn't start for me, and they all had some skills. Don't get it wrong. But it was Caitlin Kimberlin.
Oh yeah, I liked him.
Caitlin Kimberlin, man. Can't leave out my boy Snoop. Damn, it's hard, bro, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
You're gonna leave it at that?
Yeah, because there's some more I can name right now that was dogs.
Man.
Yeah, Quintrell, all them dudes, man. Snoop, Jamari. Just shout out to all them, man. Like, shout out to them. Yeah. But I'm gonna say that 5 though, because I had them 5 a lot longer than the others, though. You know what I'm saying? So Ohio, Devon Taylor.
All right.
Stupid bunnies. He played overseas a little bit too. Oh man, Jeremy Williams, walking triple double, lefty.
Okay.
Jeremy was so cold, bro. Twine. Yep. My boy Twine. Big, strong, built like Brian type shit. Strong.
Okay.
Man, listen, man, you see him walk by, you like, who let this pit bull loose? Like he was, but he could hoop though. He could move.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's 3, right? I know I'm gonna miss somebody, but it's all good. Dwayne. He was athletic. He's very, very athletic. Dwayne Martin. Need one more. There's a few. Daquan Walker, maybe. Daquan was real nice. Scotty was nice. It's a toss up between Scotty and Daquan.
Okay.
I can't choose one or the other. Two different style players, but
right.
But it's a toss up. On any given day, both of them give you 40. Yeah.
Straight.
Daquan was more of a scorer. Scotty was faster, but Daquan was more athletic. But they would still both could give you 40 at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had some dogs, man. I can go on and on. I've had so many players, man. So yeah. I think that 5A, that Ohio team versus the Kentucky team will be that'd be an interesting game, boy, back then. It probably not now. Yeah. But if I would have thought about that, and do a little series with that would have been nice.
Ohio got some hoopers, man.
Got some dogs
up there. They produce some good basketball.
For sure.
That's for sure, man. But man, let's get into your post-pro career. You know, I know you started coaching at the high school level, man. So let's get into it. I think he was at Oldham first, right?
Yeah, I started out at Oldham.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
I was at Oldham. Like I said, I was just doing some training. One of the girls I was training, her dad, because my daughter was playing. So I came. No, my daughter wasn't even there yet. I came over there. She was still at South.
Okay.
So one of the girls I was training, her dad asked me to come to the game. I came over there. Yeah, he was like, man, I came to a few of her games. He kept trying to convince me to coach and stuff. And I was like, nah, I'm good right now. Like, I'm not trying to do it. And he sent the coach my number and kind of got me to do it, man. So that's how I started out at Oldham, man.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's what's up, man. So tell me how that experience went. Like how'd you feel about coaching there? How the team do? Like, yeah, tell the viewers a little bit about that experience.
That year, my first year there, it was an interesting experience. Head coach, great dude, good coach. We just didn't have the personnel that we needed. I think we had enough personnel to win more games than we did, but they was a divided group. So you had these girls are cool, then these girls are cool, and they just wasn't gelling on the court. And we could never get them to click.
Mm.
You know, I mean, when you doing a freaking therapy session after a damn game that you just got your ass kicked in by a team that was terrible, worse than you, what are we talking? Why are we having therapy session right now?
Therapy.
Instead of talking about what we could do to improve. So it was a tough year.
Mm.
It was an interesting experience. One of our best shooter though, she did before the season started, broke what is it called?
Is that a shin?
Fibula something. All this femur something. It
Femur.
snapped though. Her foot was like,
oh no.
Yeah, right. It happened right in front of me. That's the first time I ever seen something like that. What you talking about? So yeah, that year, and then the next year, we got another. I was with him for a year. Then I came back with Coach Furch because I was with Nethery first, and I was with Coach Furch after that.
Mm.
And we turned it around. We ended up finishing like 16-13.
Mm-hmm.
A lot better year. But dealing with girls in basketball is a little different, man. You deal with a lot of different emotions, and I mean they play hard.
Yeah,
they are aggressive. I ain't gonna lie, but
yeah,
it's a lot at that age anyway. I don't know the college and all that. I ain't been to that point, but the high school, man, it's a lot of emotions you got to deal with, man.
Mm-hmm.
So then Coach Furch left. Then I applied for the head job. Came down to final two, didn't get it. So I just decided to come back for the second time it happened to me. Then I moved on to
But let me ask, why do you feel like you didn't get the job?
Politics, man.
Yeah.
Everything is politics.
I got you.
Here, everything is politics, not even just in Louisville. Them counties is even worse, especially, I hate to say it like this, but especially when you're a black man. You're going into these Shelby counties, these Oldham counties. I'm not saying they're black people there. I'm not saying they're racist there because there's a lot of people in Oldham County I love to death right now.
Yeah.
I'll call on this phone right now and have a conversation with. Same with Shelby County.
Right.
But the people that's in charge of some of this shit, I sometimes I think that plays a role. It's just the politics side of it, man. Shelby County might be a little bit different, man. And I know that's next because that's where I ended up after there. And
let's talk about it.
Shelby shit county.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I didn't get the job until after dead period. I didn't get in to the gym with these girls until beginning of September. The official practice started October 15th. I'm only having 3 girls. Then I ended up with like 5 girls showing up for workouts. At one point, I had 7 girls I was playing with in varsity games. And you got to remember too. So, and I don't want to call the names. I don't know how that works. I ain't gonna leave the names, but there was one. She had varsity experience. She had been starting.
Yeah.
But the others they didn't play varsity.
Yeah,
it was all JV players. So technically, I'm playing with a JV team and one varsity player. And then I brought up the middle school. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I should have just played with the 7 the whole year. Yeah. Because that's when I started going south dealing with these middle school parents.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of went south. 2 in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot one's name because if I knew her name, I'd call her fat ass out. But I can't remember her name. I would call her out. Yeah, won't get in my inbox and try to threaten me. You know what I'm saying? Because your daughter wasn't no good.
Well, let's talk about that. So the assistant coaches you had right was one of them homosexual?
Yep,
homosexual.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. She was.
All right.
And we had no problem at first. Whatever you choose. I don't give a fuck. Like right. That's what you choose. I don't care. I ain't even. It's not for me to judge you, but I will say this: when I brought her on my staff, them vibes changed with the relationship between me and the girls. me and her, because she didn't like certain shit that I was doing.
Yeah.
Went behind my back. Her wife went to the board, tried to set up a meeting on me, and like y'all didn't give me a chance to try to develop the program. I was coming down to the middle school. I was doing fundraisers, have these girls doing that, and doing team bondings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She wouldn't participate in it because she was like, "Well, I ain't going to anybody." So one of the particular team bondings, we went to a girl's. Her people's house, big old property, huge, big old barn. Her mama was there. Her daddy was there.
Yeah.
And all the girls were there.
Yeah.
What is the problem that you can't show up? Weird to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You act like it was just you and the girls.
Right.
I understand. Like I always protected myself. I made sure I wasn't alone with none of that. Because it's different, especially when you're dealing with girls.
Of course.
Her mama was there. Her daddy was there.
Yeah.
So what is your problem not to show up?
Yeah. Yeah.
They had a movie night. That's when I left. We ate, did presents, did all that, laugh, joke, BS, did all that. Then they had the movie. Hey, love y'all girls. Be ready to go. Boom. I was gone.
Yeah.
Why didn't you show up?
Right.
And it left a bad taste in the girls' mouth.
Right.
Come to find out, a lot of girls she coached, parents didn't even like her. She still coached to this day at the middle school.
But let me. Do you feel like people that people that have alternative lifestyles should be in positions of influence, like coaching of our youth?
Nah. No. But I'll say this: if you are that way, then keep your shit personal.
Right. We shouldn't
be sharing this shit with these kids and not giving these kids a chance to make their
own decision.
Yeah, decision. Yeah. A lot of them like that. They want to throw it out just like that. Okay, we get it. Okay, that's what you do. I'm cool with it. I get it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go out here and push on a kid that I love women.
Right.
So why are you pushing what you know what I'm saying? Right. So no. Because there's a lot of them, not all, but a lot that I've come across. It's like that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Well, it's tough. My thing is, my opinion is that if you are living that type of lifestyle, you not only shouldn't be an influence to kids. That I don't feel like you're a trustworthy individual, because if you don't know if you don't know who you are, if you live in a false life, then that opens the door for all types of other immoral type of actions and behaviors, and it looks like some of that became evident in terms of like the behind the back things that she was doing to try to take your position. So when you're hiring folks, and folks don't want to say it like this, but if you're living a homosexual lifestyle, you're living an immoral lifestyle. And to me, if that's how you're going to live to that point, then I can't trust you to not lie on me, not try to stab me in the back, not try to, I don't trust you, because you have bad moral character. And they say, oh, you can't say that or whatever. I don't care.
Right.
Because it's a reality. We said we're going to say some stuff that folks wasn't going to like, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
For many reasons.
You love who you love. Like I said, it don't affect my life either way it go. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not about to lose sleep. You know what I'm saying? My kids are still going to be straight. At the end of the day, I'm going to walk in this 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I don't care. But you know what I'm saying? When you keep trying to pour it out, like, okay, we get it. Like, I get it.
Right.
So,
right.
But that's all I got to say.
Man. I got you. Got you. So, what do coaching at both these programs? What's something that you learned as it relates to coaching on the girls' side? What's the biggest takeaway that you got?
As far as positive or negative?
It could be either or. Each of.
The positive side for me coaching girls is that you have to do more fundamental basics coaching.
Yeah.
Because not saying they're not athletic, but they're not boys athletic.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you get the young men, they can get away with some athleticism and then they don't want to listen and, you know, things like that. But with the girls, you know, side, they was listening, they'd work. I mean, yeah, they get a little emotional with the negative side, but you definitely had to watch your words when you're talking to these young ladies. Like you had to watch, you know, you can't go in there like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, it was, you couldn't really do that because they was, you know, just the young ladies emotional. And I'm sure some coaches do it, but it was from the programs I was at, you couldn't get, that wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. You know, that's really the most things from those sides of it. You know what I mean? And like I said, being emotional, but you definitely can teach the fundamentals and they listen and those things.
No, that's what's up, man. So now, so you started off this past season over at the sales. Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
I love the sales, man, but I haven't got to be there much. I definitely had life here the last 3 months, and shout out to the sales, man, for being patient with me and the life challenges that I'm actually currently going through. But the times I've been there, they've been great. They're passionate, man. We got a group chat. That thing goes crazy. I'll sit there with 40 text messages. It'd be 30 of them in that group. You know what I mean? So, and I love the coach staff, man. EB, Mike, you know, Coach Ron Furch, and the head coach Derek Furch.
Yeah.
You know, all good people, man. I appreciate them though. They've been patient, you know what I mean, and just tell me go take care of my business and you know what's going on in life. Life is life. But when I'm over there, I go to games and I sit on the bench from time to time and you know stay engaged to them, you know, with the team.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Now, man, we're gonna kind of switch gears real quick, and man, if you can share whatever you want, not share, you know, however you want to go, man. But what I mean, man, what are some things, in your personal life you talked about overcoming challenges, life, and things you're going through. So what would you like to share with folks about things that you learned through different trials, tribulations, different situations? A couple, I guess you say some life lessons and some things, and you can, you know, like I said, you can speak on it in depth or as not in depth as you want. But a couple of things that was impactful in your life that you wanted to talk about outside of what we already touched on.
I lost my college basketball career because I wanted to be in the streets. I was running around with cats, running around the streets. And back in 2000, I want to say 5, 6, whatever. I was playing ball at IUS. So my first year, just finished my first year. And I wasn't going to workouts because I wanted to be in the clubs, chasing women, you know, single man and single young man on campus and all that. That's what that's, you know, not wrong with it, but you have to have your priorities in order.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I didn't. I did that to myself. That's how I ruined my college career. And that was it after that. But I'll say this. What happened was when I went out one night, we was in a strip club. Because like I told you, it's running the streets. We in the strip club and we get in, me, some of my peoples, we get into it with some guys. Actually, one of my buddies got into it with a guy, start fighting. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I don't like two bone horn, but two, I'm whooping ass.
Right.
And a dude, but I turn around, everybody's trying to hold me back. I turn around, I see a dude with a gun, tell him, let me go. Next thing you know, it's me and him one-on-one. And wasn't nothing I could do. There was nowhere to run. We on the sidewalk. Everybody know, if anybody's from this city, they know where Fats was at. I was at Fats. They know where it's at, right there by 7th and Broadway. And took one to the neck. I almost lost my life. So that definitely changed me, man. And I say, man, anybody who's trying to achieve things in life, it's not even just sports. You know what I mean? It's just anything. Whether you want to be a real estate agent, a lawyer, judge, I don't care. Whatever you want to do. You want to go be a business owner. You got to put your priorities first. Take care of business, because them clubs ain't going anywhere, and it ain't no good in them clubs, especially after 12 o'clock. I remember my mama used to tell me that. R.I.P. to her. So, you know what I'm saying? I remember she told me that. Keep your priorities and your affairs in order first. You know, if you want to go celebrate, you know, you get with your closest friends and you go to a nice little spot out somewhere on the outskirts. You know, rent out a little conference room or something where it's just y'all, you know, people you know. Go do something like that. You know, you can drink at home. I mean, clearly, you can drink at home. I'm at home. So
that's the safest place.
It's the safest place to be.
Safest place to be is in the crib.
So definitely, that's one of them. And I probably got 40 million of them, but I ain't gonna go into all of them. But when I was in Shelby County, and this is the first time I'm telling this story. So I got put on paid leave. Unfairly, the teacher didn't get put on paid leave. She got to stay working. She got to stay in the school and work. For making false allegations against me. Never happened to me before in my life.
And what were those allegations?
That I sexually assaulted her. She said I took advantage of her. I got receipts on my phone right now that I can show the world that will prove. Well, I already proved it, but I can prove to anybody who got it that it did not happen that way. This shit was mutual.
So she was a willing participant.
Willing. So this is what happened. We had basketball practice the next day, on the 26th. It was the first year without not having my mama, who passed away. First Christmas, I didn't have my mama. So I'm just laying in the bed, you know, depressed, sad, crying. She hits me up, texting back and forth, says, "Won't you come over?" And so I got invited over. Got all them texts too. I was like, all right. So she lived in Shelby County. Not too far from the school. I was like, all right, I got practice. I was like, do you care if I just stay the night or whatever? She said, cool, no problem. So then I go over to her crib. The way it happens is the way I walked in was through her back door, through her kitchen, to her living room, up her stairs.
So you ain't breaking. You ain't breaking.
No,
you ain't breaking.
No, she opened the slide door up. I walked through the back door. I'm gonna tell you exactly how you know I ain't bullshit. I'm gonna explain. I still remember this to the day because it was traumatizing, bro. I've never, especially when you're a black man in the county with a white woman. It was a white woman. Yes, it was. My bad. To the sisters who's mad at me right now, it is what it is. You love who you love. I said that already, but you walk through the kitchen, right? Then you walk in the living room. She had a little recliner right there. It was to the right. Then her front door was right there, like your typical townhome. Windows. Walk up the stairs. She had a bedroom to the right. I didn't even make it back there. To the left was the bathroom. And then right next to that was her bedroom. She downstairs, but she showed me the bathroom. Right. I go take a shower. As soon as I come out, she's laying in the bed.
Laying in the bed.
Invited me into the bedroom.
Invited into the bedroom.
All right, cool. We chilling, watching a movie. Boom, 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 boom. It happens. All right. Fast forward. We go back to school because I'm working in a school. And so what happened is that we was cool. No problems. Still talk to her. She still hit me up, text me, whatever. At first, after all that happened, it took her a few days, and then we started talking again or whatever. And then we was in school. I would see her. We would talk. We would talk. Everything was cool because we had already talked about, hey, this ain't, because we had been friends. She was like, I don't really, you know, I was like, I think we should just be friends. She was like, I agree, this and that. I was like, damn, I didn't mean for that to happen. She said, I agree to it. Just happened. Cool. All right, say less. We agreed. Next thing you know, it's right before we played South Oldham. So probably like January 3rd, I don't know, 4th, I don't know. We back in school. We're sitting in the auditorium. The principal comes and gets me out of there. Bro, I walk into the resource office, bro, it's 2 detectives in there questioning me and stuff like that. I had to walk in the principal's office. They questioned me. I had to give my statement. I had to send them a text message. I'm in there shaking, scared. At the time, I'm 40 years old, 39 years old, 40 years old. I ain't never been through nothing like that. I ain't never put myself in no position like that. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up having to go to the principal's office. Man, I had to sign some paperwork saying that I'm on paid leave. But guess what? She got to stay working. And then once I got cleared in the court system, everything was clear. Even the judge, like, ma'am, there's no case here. That was the second time she tried to take me to court. And the judge was pissed off.
For restraining order?
Yeah, she tried that. And I had deleted her number, none of that. So I had to go to the court again, like 3 months later over this. Once I got cleared. And the judge like, ma'am, there's no case here. Why are we in his courtroom doing this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I proved everything and, you know, my innocence and all that. Like I said, I got receipts. Nothing ever got filed. Ain't nothing on. But
yeah.
But the reason I'm telling the story, and I don't care if it hurts me to go get a job somewhere or something, but this is for every young man out there. I don't care what color you are, but especially black men. But whatever color you are, pink, purple, green, mix. I mean, be careful who you lay with. Watch who you lay with, and don't lay with anybody you work with.
Man,
that's where I screwed up. Don't you ever do something like that. Like, I ain't even mad at her, I'm mad at myself because I've never done that before.
Right.
Yeah, caught me vulnerable, but I ain't gonna use that as an excuse. You know, that part's on me. But shame on her for lying because she didn't get any consequences for her actions. It hurt me because when I tried to go back, when I was cleared, I could have went back, and then there was more stuff people was trying to say, like, I forget what it was, but it was just like they was trying to move me out of the school all the way another extra 30 minutes away from my house. I'm like, why can't she move? Why do I have to move school? She's the one who lied. Right. So it was just don't lay with anybody you work with, fellas. Man. Stay away from it. Heck, ladies, you too. Stay away from sleeping people you work with. It ain't worth it.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like the homosexual assistant coach has something to do with these allegations that was made?
I'll be honest. I don't know. I'll be honest. I have no idea because I don't know if they knew each other, but it's a small town. So I don't want to put it out there like that. It's a possibility, but that part I don't know 1,000%. I just know that they was behind my back slandering my name. You know what I mean? To the other parents saying Coach Hickman this and that behind my back when you at the high school level when you're not even the head coach, having separate group texts and all that. So I wouldn't put it past them, but I'm not going to sit here because I don't have physical proof. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I have receipts for my stuff, so I can't say that because I don't have any receipts. So I'll be hypocrite if you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that part of it. Nah, I don't know.
Got you. All right, cool, man. All right, what else you got?
Just you gotta stay strong, man, out here. Because tomorrow's not promised. And I know that's an old saying, but you hear. But when I tell you that tomorrow's really not promised, it's really not. Within the last year and a half, my mother passed away from cancer. I found my brother dead from suicide. And then not even 2 months later. So when I found my brother dead from suicide, it was like a few days before Thanksgiving. Once we buried him, not even a week later, found out my dad had to go to the hospital. He had cancer. Never really came back home a few times. And then he ended up passing away this past week. So it's you're trying to raise kids on your own, pretty much. And then deal with the death of your brother. I mean, my mother, I was getting better, and then my brother hit, and my dad hit. So it's a rough road. Trying to keep your head up and trying to keep pushing. I have good days and bad days. Some moments, man, I just cry out of the blue. Some moments I'll laugh, and it's a hard situation, man. There's really no explanation to explain it. And I just tell people, man, where I'm at right now with it is you just got to stay prayed up. First of all, you definitely got to stay prayed up. Get with God, make sure you keep God first over anything. Because if you don't keep God first, if you don't keep God first, how can you be good for everybody around you that you're supposed to take care of? Because if you out here hateful and angry, it's going to rub off on the people you love. It's going to turn your kids into being angry and hateful people. So I try to make sure when I'm around my kids, I try to keep life as normal as possible for them. But you just make sure you communicate with you. If you got kids and you got deaf like that, love them, love your babies. Stay talking to them. Just communicate with them, check on them, but still keep some normalcy for them, because I think they'll respect that. That's at least with me and my kids. So yeah, that's just life, man, and it's still heavy on my heart right now. So hard, and I tell you, don't take it out on people. It's not the next person's fault, because I know it's easy to snap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like your anger's up, you're depressed, you're stressed, you're trying to figure this out. Just don't take it out on people. It's not nobody else's fault. It's
life's gonna be what's gonna be.
Yeah,
life's gonna be what's gonna be.
For sure.
It's what are you gonna do with it?
For sure.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna get better. You're gonna get bitter.
Yeah.
But hold
on.
Yeah.
That bitch that tried to ruin my career, it didn't work. It didn't work. I'm smiling about it now.
Right.
You reap what you sow, shorty.
You sure do.
I wish y'all the best, though.
For sure.
But fuck you. Yeah. You ain't shit, you bum.
Pretty much. It's crazy. Seeing, being a close friend of yours and seeing you have to go through all these different things. You didn't even touch on a lot of the stuff as relates to the females and your ex-wife, but I seen you go through so many different things, man, and you've been able to stay consistent.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, because people gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah. I'll say this, man, on the ex-wife, but I don't want to, speak on that too much. That's sometimes try to keep that battle alive. I just say this. As far as that subject, it didn't work out for a lot of reasons. And those reasons are maybe one day come out later, but I ain't gonna bring them out now. But for those reasons, I'll tell you, it didn't work out. Just put it this way. I can yell for my sons right now. I've been yelling for them for days because they stay with me. So.
Sometimes you can lose the battle and still win the war.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And people will do stuff and things won't work out the way that you intended or the way you want it. But they always work out the way God wanted. And you can always count on that. And that should be comforting in the midst of dealing with all types of trials and tribulations and stuff, man. Anything else you want to touch on?
Man, look, man. I'll say this, man. We got to the serious stuff. We done talk basketball. But I tell you what, probably the best thing that happened to me is when I got divorced. I chilled for a little bit.
Yeah. Man.
P, you know the stories.
Man. Well, I mean, there was a lot of different scenarios and stories, a lot of shenanigans, but there was one particular situation that I remember. I think I was in Vegas at the time, and it was later at night, and there was this I'm on the West Coast, you on the East Coast, the whole time difference, and I got a message, and there was a picture, and in that picture, it was you. You was rolling dice. There was a bottle, I don't know what it was on the table, and a pretty light-skinned bitch in the back had the bread. And you had the money in your hand, the dice in the other, and you had the most wildest smile on your face, like you was living your absolute best, like you was out there. And I call it, that's that. If I had one picture to describe your run, your post marriage run, it'd be that. You was just
that was my dating run.
Right, you got to roll the dice, and you was hitting though. You was hitting on.
Yeah, that was my dating run. That was a heck of a weekend. You forgot about the other. That's more than one. Golly, who cares? Let me tell it. Remember the night I hit you? Had the two in the park.
Oh, the two in the park. That shit was insane. And the crazy part was, It was in the same spot in the park too.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was like a tree. There was a tree that had a lot of leaves or some shit. It was covering shit.
Yeah, it was
You
like
just took a joint behind a tree. And I said,
Yeah.
that's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But you was on known for those double headers. Like you brought back the double headers, like
Man, what?
6 a.m. 8 p like 8 a.m. I mean you have some double headers and a couple of all night joints where it was just it was just all night type shit.
Yeah, I had some double headers. What's that one? There was one I met at TK's. Everybody know what TK's is.
All right.
Go up. So if you go on the side of TK's, you can walk up some stairs. There's an overlook. Man, I'm sitting out there getting chopped up by some chick I just met in there.
Just met her.
I've been on my MJ, bro.
Hey, sometimes you gotta hold that shit up.
When the right one come through, I mean, I'm not above settling down, but until then,
yeah, when you're single,
it's what it is. I tell you this though, I'm safe though. I will. I don't play.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you stay safe.
Strap up.
You can't be out here. First time you meet a little girl, meet a little
wrap up, fellas,
and you just busting all in it, man. And you don't just reckless, man. I seen a lot, especially y'all young boys, man. Cause I know y'all young boys, y'all don't like to use protection.
No, I don't know what's wrong with
I had these young boys. He's like, nah, I just pull out. Or some like, nah, I just nothing. And then y'all end up with the baby mamas. Y'all situation be so crazy, and then you mad at the whole world because you done made the bad moves. So make sure young men strap up, man, or something.
I'd rather go spend, I don't even know, they like $5-6 a pack. I'd rather go spend that than have to spend $500-600 a month for the next 1,800 years. I mean, it's 1,800. It's gonna feel like 1,800 years, but for the next 18 years. Why do you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously I got a daughter, I raised her, she was 3.5, 4, whatever. And I got my sons, who are 12 and 11. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't biologically make a baby until I was 28 years old. There was a reason for that.
Right.
You gotta put them rubbers on, fellas.
Yeah, man. You don't want
I'm telling you, and ladies, you should be making them put them on. You don't know who he with, and you fellas, you don't know who she with. And it ain't worth it, man. That's all I can tell you. It's just not worth it. It ain't worth it for me. I mean, and fellas, another thing, boy, if y'all don't leave them pills and all that alone, as far as then y'all can't get your little noodles up, and then you got to start popping. You 28 years old having to pop a pill to get your noodles strong. Boy, I'm 41. I don't need that. Nah. You definitely shouldn't need that. You're 28, 27, man. Leave it alone. That's why you can't keep it up.
Man, they out there doing all types of
just smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. I'm just telling y'all, if you're gonna do any drugs, then damn, just smoke your spot. I don't even smoke.
It's Tracy's.
He'll tell you, I don't smoke.
This generation, this was the drug generation. Because back in my day, being on drugs wasn't cool.
Nah,
they had to say no to drugs and all that. But then I don't know what happened, but they just made this generation feel like, being on drugs and popping Xannies and popping the Percocet and Adderall and you pop all them pills.
None of that's worth it.
And then your whole system gonna be jacked up. You know what I'm saying? But that's real.
You gotta just trying to give you a little bit of advice, young fellas. Yeah, man. Y'all don't be wanting to listen. You do what you want though. Love y'all though. I hope you get together, man. But nah, man, this has been love, man. But tell you, hey, everybody out there, I know we all going through the struggle. You take this shit one day at a time, for real. Lean on somebody, man. It's okay. It's okay to reach out. Bro will tell you, man, I reached out, bro, done heard me cry. It's okay to lean on somebody, man. Sure. Obviously, you definitely lean on God first, and God's gonna put somebody around you that you can lean on, and don't hold that shit in. Nah. It never does any good. Nah. That's why we got so many people killing people. That mental health stuff is real. I'll be honest. I used to be a person. Nah, I don't believe in that. I don't think I got mental health, but I do got some signs of like depression of situations.
Right. Of course.
When I could, walk away from here and walk outside and may start crying because I'm just, but I don't keep it bottled in. One thing somebody told me, Shout out to my cousin Sarah. She was the first person when my mama passed away. We were sitting in the hallway, seen her take her last breath. And she said, let me tell you something. Don't you ever, ever let a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, feel embarrassed in front of a motherfucker if you crying. Cry. She said, if you feel like crying, you crying. Don't let them think you crazy. If they do, who gives a damn? Fuck them. If you want to cry, you cry. That's what you do. It don't matter where you at. And she said, you don't want to hold that in. Because I don't care how strong you are. If you hold it in and hold it in and hold it in and hold it in, you're going to do something you're going to regret. That was some cold advice that my cousin Sarah gave me. Shout out to her.
You got to let it out. Give it to God, man. It ain't meant to be any, it ain't meant to be held inside. And you gotta, it's okay. Sometimes we so worried about being strong, man. Sometimes you gotta be weak. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta allow yourself to be weak. Because when you're weak, that's when God really moves, and He moves, he'll do stuff and that you couldn't even do for yourself. That's a great thing, man. But nah, man, I think we done hit on a lot of things tonight, man.
Probably to be a part two. I know we missed some stuff.
So for sure.
Definitely we could do this all night long. So there's more in me, but I'm gonna save it. Give y'all a little small taste right now.
Small taste, man.
It gets deeper. But it gets more exposing.
Man, more exposing, man.
Because I gotta reach out to a few legal folks to make sure some of the names I want to say I can be able to say without getting in trouble. So so I gotta be careful. But still, fuck Don Evans. No, I don't care about that.
Fuck Don Evans.
And fuck that bitch in Shelby County.
Yeah, Shelby
and I gotta check some legal stuff because if I can say your name, I'm gonna blast you. Trust me, it's coming.
We down with the homosexuals. Y'all get a thumbs down. Thumbs down on them too. Yeah, man, but it's just real, man.
I'm just gonna say this. I ain't gonna say her whole name, but we used to call her Coach P. I'll give you that.
Coach P.
That's all I'm gonna give you. Not this dude.
Not me. Nah, not me. Definitely not. Definitely not. Man.
Not him.
Man, I pray, that all those folks that did what they did in line and tried to defame your character, I hope that they get themselves right with God, man, and stop being mad and hateful and angry, and figure out who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, everybody gotta know who you supposed to be, man. And there's a great song, man. It's crazy when you are who you think you are. So find out who that really is, and once you do that, you won't be so quick to want to hate on the next person and try to take them down or do all those type of things, man. Because I always realize it's messed up when people do stuff to us and how we feel. But imagine being that person that's going out there lying on somebody or trying to put a case on somebody or get somebody's job.
Yeah.
How if they make us miserable, how miserable are they on the inside to even do stuff like that? So sometimes if you have that perspective, you don't only be so mad at them because it's sad. And I'm glad that I'm not a person that feels the need to operate like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me?
Because
as we said, man, life is what it's gonna be. You went over your whole life from the beginning in the game of basketball, where the game has taken you, the people that you've been able to impact, interact with, and ultimately, even going back, from the challenges, getting shot, doing that, some of the mistakes. And our life is when we look back at our life, man, in the totality of it, there's a lot of lessons that's there. And one of the big things I like to do with this podcast is have people to come on to tell a story. You know what I'm saying? Of their life, so that you can see that maybe there's somebody that's going through that, or someone that's gonna make that mistake, or someone that's not on the right path. You can see we went through it, so you don't have to go do it. And I try to open those doors and use the platform I got and the eyes that's on me to get people to hear those things. You know what I'm saying? I've told my story in a lot of different ways, but it's just not me. It's there's a lot of people who have overcome challenges and obstacles, and don't think that it's just you or just one life. Not everybody. If you choose to, you can be great and choose the life that you want to live. I'm thankful for you.
I ain't done either.
Yeah.
My life's still rolling. I ain't done this. I'm not settling. It's another thing, folks. Don't settle.
Don't settle, man. You got to keep going until the scoreboard hits zero. You know what I'm saying? The good thing is God, He puts more time on the clock every day. You get another 24 hours on that clock every day. And what are you gonna do with that time on that clock? That's what you're gonna be held accountable for, man. So just make sure you stand on real shit and that you try to maximize the time that you do got, because it ain't promised to anybody, man. It's definitely not, man. But thank you, bro. It's been an honor to have you on here and for you to tell that story.
I appreciate
you know what I'm saying?
I got so many more, to be honest.
Man.
You know what I mean? But I gave a lot today, but there's more.
Man, for sure. We know we're gonna do another part 2, man. We're gonna come out to the H. You know, I wear H, so we out here cold. I got the hoodie on. I ain't got the hoodie on because I be trying to be cool today. It's cold out here. But yeah, we'll do one in the H. And we'll do a part 2. But yeah, man, it's an honor to have you on here, man. One of my best friends in the world, man. One of the most solid cats, man. And you know, with a real impactful story. So I hope y'all was always as inspired. I hope y'all learned something, man. And because that's what it is, it's Truth in Sports Podcast, man. So we're gonna make sure we get this uploaded over the next 24 hours to Instagram. We'll upload it to Facebook, upload it to YouTube, as we always do, man. Please share, like, subscribe, and then join us. We're gonna do this again. We'll be back on this Tuesday. We're gonna be going back overseas with my 2 guys in Italy. We're gonna be discussing NBA trade deadline. So make sure y'all tune in for that, man. But as always, it's your boy, B-Ball Prophet, man. Big love. Love y'all. Peace and blessings to y'all, man. And we out.
Love.